There are 5 critical mistakes that 99% of men make when a woman starts pulling back. Mistakes so devastating that they don't just kill her attraction, they obliterate any chance you'll ever have with her again. And if you've ever had that gut-wrenching moment where everything was perfect with a girl, I'm talking about those butterflies in your stomach, she might be the one feelings, only to watch her slowly, painfully slip away, then you've probably made at least 3 of these mistakes. In fact, by the end of this video, you'll realize that what you thought was her losing interest was actually an unconscious test that women run on every man they're attracted to. A test that determines whether you become the guy she chases or the guy she ghosts. But first, let me tell you about Alex, because his story will show you exactly how these 5 mistakes can destroy everything in the most heartbreaking way possible. Now, I'm going to walk you through Alex's story moment by moment, because hidden in his devastating experience are the exact psychological triggers that determine whether a woman becomes obsessed with you or forgets you exist. And here's what's crazy. Alex made all 5 mistakes in the exact order that most men do, creating what I call the attraction death spiral. But before I reveal what those mistakes were and how they destroyed his relationship, you need to understand something crucial about female psychology. Alex was 28, successful marketing executive, the kind of guy who had his life together on paper. But when it came to women, he'd been striking out for months. Dating apps, setups from friends, nothing was clicking. Then he met Rebecca at his friend's housewarming party. Picture this. She's standing by the kitchen island, laughing at something completely mundane, but the way she threw her head back, the way her eyes lit up, Alex felt something he hadn't felt in years. Not just attraction, connection. They talked for 3 hours straight. About travel, about books, about their mutual obsession with true crime podcasts. The conversation flowed so naturally that everyone else at the party seemed to fade away. By the end of the night, she was touching his arm when she laughed, leaning in close when he spoke. The chemistry was undeniable. They exchanged numbers, and as she left, she looked back and smiled in a way that made Alex's heart race. For the next 6 weeks, it was like living in a romantic movie. She'd text him first thing in the morning. She'd cancel plans with her girlfriends to see him. She'd show up at his apartment with takeout and that mischievous smile that made him forget everything else existed. Alex was falling hard. Harder than he'd ever fallen before. But what Alex didn't know was that Rebecca's unconscious mind was about to run a test that would determine the fate of their entire relationship. Here's what Alex and most men don't understand about female psychology. Women are meaning makers. While men focus on the visible game, the dates, the texts, the obvious actions, women are always playing the invisible game. The invisible game comes down to one crucial question: how certain is he that he has me? You see, there's an ancient programming in a woman's brain that creates what I call the certainty paradox. When she becomes absolutely certain that you'll always be there, always pursuing her, always trying to win her over, that's exactly when her attraction starts to fade. It's not conscious. She doesn't wake up thinking, I'm going to test him now. It's pure instinct. Something clicks in her mind and she thinks, I've got this guy all figured out. I know exactly what he's going to do next. There's no mystery here. And like a reflex, like pulling your hand away from a hot stove, she starts to pull back. This is what happened to Alex on a Tuesday night in October, but the way he responded to her pulling back made everything infinitely worse. It started with a text that would haunt Alex for months. They had plans to meet Rebecca's college friends on Friday night, something she'd been talking about for weeks. She was excited, he was nervous but thrilled to be included in that part of her life. Tuesday, 11:27 p.m. Hey, about Friday? I think I need to rain check. Work is insane right now and I'm just feeling overwhelmed. Rain check. Alex stared at that message for 20 minutes. His stomach dropped. Something felt different. The tone was off. Where were the usual emojis? The sorry babe or miss you? He typed and deleted 5 different responses before settling on, of course, no worries at all. Let me know when you're free. But here's the thing, Alex had just encountered what I call the pullback test, and he was about to make his first critical mistake. Wednesday came and went. No text from Rebecca. There's silence. By Friday, The night they were supposed to meet her friends, Alex was climbing the walls. Every hour that passed without hearing from her felt like torture. That's when he made mistake number 1. Mistake number 1, the desperation spiral. Alex's brain went into overdrive. Maybe she doesn't know how much I care about her. Maybe I need to show her what she means to me. So he crafted what he thought was the perfect message. Hey beautiful, I know work is crazy, but I want you to know I'm here for you. I picked up some of that lavender tea you love and some cookies from that bakery you mentioned. Want me to drop them off? No pressure, just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself. He hit send and immediately felt better. He was being supportive, thoughtful, caring. But in the invisible game, the game Rebecca's unconscious mind was playing, Alex had just screamed, "I'm terrified of losing you." Here's the brutal psychology. When a woman pulls back and puts in less effort, and you respond by becoming more interested, more eager to please, what does that say about your value? About your options? You're telling her, you can treat me like a backup plan, cancel on me, ignore me, and I'll reward your bad behavior with even more attention. I'm so desperate that I have no other options. Rebecca's response came 4 hours later. That's really sweet, but I'm okay. Just need to focus right now. Alex read that message 15 times, analyzing every word. The period instead of an exclamation point. The lack of thank you. The coldness. That night, lying awake at 2 a.m., Alex made a decision that would push Rebecca even further away. He was going to make mistake number 2. Mistake number 2, the confession puke. Saturday, 1:17 a.m. Alex couldn't sleep. His mind was racing, replaying every moment of the past 6 weeks with Rebecca. All the laughter, the connection, the way she looked at him. That voice in his head whispered, "She just doesn't understand how special she is to me. If she knew how I really felt, everything would be different." So Alex opened his phone and poured his heart out. "Rebecca, I can't sleep. I keep thinking about us and I realized something. I've never felt this way about anyone before. The past 6 weeks have been incredible. You make me laugh harder, think deeper, feel more alive than I have in years. I know you said you need space, but I can see a future with you. Real future. And if you're pulling away because you're scared of how intense this is, I get it. But don't run from something that could be amazing. I'm all in with you." He hit send at 1:23 a.m. The cruel irony? Rebecca pulls back because she needs uncertainty, mystery, something to wonder about. And Alex's response was to hand her his entire emotional roadmap. Her unconscious mind was saying, I need some mystery here. And Alex threw a certainty grenade into her lap. Sunday, no response. Monday, silence. By Tuesday, Alex was in full panic mode. That's when he made the mistake that would confirm every doubt Rebecca's subconscious had about him. Here's what Alex didn't understand about the invisible currency of attraction, emotional investment. When Rebecca started pulling back, she wasn't testing his ability to chase. She was testing his emotional stability. His ability to stay centered when the ground shifted beneath him. Every desperate text, every confession, every gift, Alex was showing Rebecca all his cards in the invisible game. But what happened next would reveal the most devastating mistake of all. Because Alex was about to do something that would prove to Rebecca that all she needed was to throw him the tiniest breadcrumb of attention, and he'd come running back hungrier than before. Wednesday afternoon, Rebecca posted an Instagram story. Just a random photo of her coffee with some generic quote about embracing change. Alex saw it immediately. His heart jumped. She was posting, she was active, but still hadn't responded to his message. That's when the anger hit. The wounded pride. And Alex made mistake number 3. Mistake number 3, but hurt crumb chasing. Two can play at this game, Alex thought. She wants space? I'll show her space. For 72 hours, Alex went radio silent. No texts, no calls, didn't even look at her Instagram stories. He felt powerful in control. Let's see how she likes being ignored. On day 3, his phone buzzed. Rebecca, hey stranger. Just 2 words and an emoji. That's all it took. Every ounce of tough guy resolve crumbled instantly. Alex's fingers flew across his keyboard. Hey, was just thinking about you actually. How's work been? I know you said things were crazy. Wanna grab dinner this week? I'm free Thursday, Friday, or Sunday. Or we could do something low-key, maybe just order takeout and watch Netflix? Whatever works for you. 37 words in response to her too. He offered 3 different days, suggested 2 different types of dates, and ended with, whatever works for you, basically telling her she could dictate the terms. All because of a recycled, "Hey stranger," text that she probably sent to 5 other guys. In that moment, Alex revealed the truth. He was never really moving on. He was just sitting there, waiting for any breadcrumb from her that he could grasp onto. Rebecca's response came the next day. Things are still pretty hectic. Maybe in a few weeks. And that's when Alex made his most desperate mistake yet. Mistake number 4. The empty ultimatum. By now, Alex was a wreck. Sleeping 3 hours a night, checking his phone every few minutes, unable to focus at work. His friends started avoiding his calls because every conversation became about Rebecca. 2 weeks of maybe later, and Alex hit his breaking point. He drafted the message that he was convinced would finally get her attention. Rebecca, I need to be honest with you. I can't keep doing this back and forth. I understand you're busy, but I feel like I'm getting mixed signals. I care about you, I think that's obvious, but I need to know where this is going. If you don't want to pursue this, just tell me. Because I'm not going to sit around waiting indefinitely. I respect myself too much for that. Alex felt righteous hitting send. Finally, he was taking a stand. Setting boundaries. Demanding respect. But here's the thing about ultimatums. They only work if you're actually willing to walk away. And Alex wasn't. He was still checking his phone every 20 minutes. Still hoping she'd text. Still waiting around. Rebecca could sense that weakness from miles away. An empty ultimatum is worse than no ultimatum at all. Her response was swift and final. I appreciate your honesty, Alex. You're a really great guy, but I think we want different things right now. I hope you find what you're looking for. Reading those words, Alex felt his world collapse. But instead of learning from this moment, instead of walking away with dignity, he made the final, most pathetic mistake of all. Mistake number 5. The permission seeker and apologizer. Alex's response came within minutes. Wait, I think there was a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to pressure you. I'm sorry if I came on too strong. That wasn't my intention at all. Maybe we can just grab coffee as friends? No pressure at all. I just really value having you in my life in whatever capacity works for you. I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. That's the last thing I wanted. Then, 20 minutes later, actually, you know what? Forget coffee. I don't want to bother you. I'm sorry for all of this. You're an amazing person and I hope everything works out for you. And then, the final nail in the coffin, sent at 2 a.m. I keep thinking about what I might have done wrong. If I said something or did something that made you pull away, I'm really sorry. I just want to understand so I don't make the same mistake again. With each message, Alex was telling Rebecca, I don't trust myself around you anymore. I need your approval for every move I make. I'm afraid of making any decision. If Alex didn't trust himself, how could Rebecca trust him? 3 days later, Alex was blocked on all social media. 6 months later, Alex found out through mutual friends that Rebecca was in a relationship with someone she'd met just 3 weeks after their last conversation. The guy? Everything Alex wasn't in those final weeks. Confident, unpredictable, challenging. Someone who didn't chase, didn't confess, didn't apologize for existing. That's when Alex realized the brutal truth. Rebecca hadn't lost interest in him. She had unconsciously tested whether he was the kind of man she could respect long-term. And he had failed spectacularly. Every mistake Alex made confirmed what Rebecca's subconscious suspected, that she had him completely figured out. No mystery, no challenge, no uncertainty. The pullback wasn't random. It was pure female psychology in action, an ancient programming that tests whether a man can maintain his center when challenged. Alex had become too predictable, too certain, too safe. And in the game of attraction, certainty equals the death of desire. Here's what Alex and millions of men like him never understood. Women don't want to be chased. They want to be the ones doing the chasing. It's in their DNA, their evolutionary programming. When a woman pulls back, her unconscious mind is asking, is this man still a mystery? Does he have options? Can he survive without me? The pullback test reveals which men crumble under pressure and which ones remain unmoved. Which men seek validation and which ones validate themselves. Remember, women are meaning makers. While you're focused on the visible game, the texts, the dates, the obvious actions, they're playing the invisible game, reading between the lines of every interaction. When Alex chased harder as Rebecca pulled back, he confirmed her unconscious feeling that she had him completely figured out. When he confessed his feelings in response to her need for space, he eliminated the very uncertainty that creates desire. The sweet spot of desire occurs at a 50-50 split between success and failure. Half the time you get what you want, half the time you don't. You need just enough winning to experience satisfaction and just enough wanting to experience desire. Alex gave Rebecca 100% certainty. And 100% certainty kills 100% of attraction. So how do you pass the pullback test? How do you turn the tables so she starts chasing you? There are 3 critical shifts you must make the moment you sense her pulling back. Shift 1. From chase to challenge. When she pulls back, most men chase harder. The right response? Become more challenging. Match her energy, don't exceed it. If she gives you less effort, you give less effort. Not out of spite, but out of self-respect. Shift 2. From pressure to mystery. When she needs space, most men dump more closeness on her. The right response? Become more mysterious. Do unexpected things. Break your patterns. Make her wonder what you're up to instead of always being available. Shift 3. From reaction to action. When she pulls back, most men react emotionally. The right response? Take action in your own life. Focus on your goals, your friends, your passions. Show her that your world doesn't revolve around her. When you make these 3 shifts, something fascinating happens. The same woman who was pulling away starts wondering why you're so different. Why she can't figure you out anymore. Why she's suddenly thinking about you more. Because now, instead of being the predictable movie she'd already figured out, you become the plot twist she never saw coming. 8 months after Rebecca blocked him, Alex ran into her at another friend's party. By then, he'd learned these lessons the hard way. He'd worked on himself, dated other women, built a life that didn't revolve around finding the one. When Rebecca approached him, there was something different in her eyes. Curiosity. The kind of look she used to give him in those first few weeks. You look good, she said. Different. Alex smiled, not the eager, desperate smile from before, but something more confident, more centered. Thanks. How's everything with you? They talked for exactly 15 minutes. Not the marathon conversations of old, but something lighter, more playful. And when her boyfriend showed up, Alex simply said, "Nice meeting you, man," and walked away. No dramatics. No lingering looks. No desperation. Later that night, Alex got a text from Rebecca. "It was really good seeing you tonight." He waited 2 days to respond, "Likewise." That was it. Short, confident, leaving her wanting more. 3 days later, she texted again. But this time, Alex was in control. This time, he understood the game. Look, if Alex's story hit you in the gut, if you saw yourself in his desperate texts and sleepless nights, if you've made these same 5 mistakes and watched attraction die before your eyes, then you need to understand something crucial. It's not too late to change the game. The same psychology that destroyed Alex's chances with Rebecca can be flipped to make women chase you, think about you obsessively, and see you as the prize they need to win. I've spent 16 years studying this exact dynamic, coaching thousands of men through the same devastating experiences Alex went through. And what I've discovered is that there's a specific sequence of actions, what Bobby Rio call the scrambler, that can completely reverse a woman's decision to pull away. How I finally stopped being the friend zone guy. Without changing my personality. With one simple psychological shift, you can stop losing women who initially liked you, because you couldn't play the invisible game. Re-enter the dating scene with unshakable confidence, at any age. Pass each and every one of women's secret tests with flying colors. The scrambler is the only system that combines eliminating the nice guy behaviors that repel women with the most cutting-edge discoveries of modern psychology. So you can gain the attraction of women, project genuine personal power, and avoid the let's just be friends speech forever. Because here's what most men don't realize. Women want to chase. They want to be obsessed with a man they have to work for. They want the uncertainty, the mystery, the challenge. But they only chase men who understand the invisible game. The link below will show you exactly how to become that man. How to create the kind of magnetic attraction that makes women pursue you instead of the other way around. Don't make Alex's mistakes. Don't let another woman slip away because you didn't understand the test she was running. Click the link below and discover how to make her chase you, starting today.